Hi friends, everyone. Thanks for stopping on my channel. Today's meeting will be about the price of Bitcoin. I will show you my open trades, and we will also look at the market cycle sentiment map about Justin Mamus. As the market moves, some very interesting new information emerges, and just as we will look at where we are with you on this map and what lies ahead. If you like my daily thoughts on the Bitcoin price, be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel and also add yourself to our rating closed, totally free chat. So, there's a map of sentiment in front of you. Well, it's called the sanction cycle under Justin Mamus. It's an old, pretty old map. But guys, all new is well forgotten old. You all know that. Although people, yes, young people, mostly investors, you could call them that. They think that they live in such an exceptional time now, that everything is different now. Guys, everybody has been thinking that for thousands of years every year, but everything goes in cycles, and especially the financial markets, they are very similar to each other. And guys, watch my previous videos. I showed you this map. Yes, that we were somewhere in this area, and now I want to update it a little bit. Who haven't seen this chart, you can see that it has a big resemblance with cycles of Bitcoin. When it was on highs, then it was low, that is, high was $69,000, then it had quite big correction at about $40,000, $45,000, then it had one more fall, the next correction was small. Look, if we switch to Bitcoin, you can see that it is very, very similar. We had KAI for Bitcoin. There was quite a big correction, approximately 42000, 45000 level. Then it was down again, a small correction. Looking further, going back to the chart, this is the sentiment here. There was a drop here where it says panic, and most of the time such a drop is very, you could say one candle down, and after that the recovery comes too. It's quite a long sideways pattern right here. It is quite an important level that will guide us in the future, which is also shown here for some reason. Look, let's switch back to the Bitcoin chart. There was a downfall, quite strong. Yes, you see it. Yes, one candle penetrated quite deeply. And after that, we went up and we got to $25,000, which is the level that we needed to go to. What I am showing you is that all these market cycles, they all resemble each other, and look what has happened here. What happened next was as follows. A fall that was not that deep, a slight correction, and a fall to the very bottom, after which the same thing happened again. Yes, the fall was not that deep. We corrected a little bit and then fell to the bottom, after which we started the recovery. In short, let's get down to business. Let's not drag it out. By the balls, as they say. Yes, we were up to $25,000. That is, up to this level where Bitcoin first got us. Yes, it went up after this lower drop that said panic. In short, we saw $25,000. After that, the price should go down. We are lower, and it should go back to $25,000 and $28,000, $29,000, because there is even an ascending sideways. And look, I mean on the chart. Yeah, if we go back, we come to the $25,000 level. I mean, this is the level where Bitcoin was already. Well, just like on the map before the sentiment, we go lower and come in around $28,000. That is, into this sideways area with upward hoys. I will zoom in on it later and you will see that this is pretty much it. I mean, going back to this map, let's delete this whole thing because it's all drawn out here and you can't see anything anymore. And so, guys, even these little movements, yes, I thought before that they were random, drawn on this map to give us a visual understanding of the global scheme. But in fact, even these small movements, they are shown on the chart. So, generally speaking, from the bottom an ascending trend appears. You can even see it on the Bitcoin chart. Let me now return this whole thing to its original undrawn state. That is, we have exactly the same kind of uptrend as on the cycle chart. Somebody will say, okay, there are some similarities, but let me show you what's happening on a smaller scale. We had a 3-day, now a daily. I connected the chart and look. We have a clear resistance line under which we were for a long time, and then we broke through it, and now we are almost using it as a support line. At some point here, I opened a long position. You know it from my past videos. That was, I think, the day before yesterday. I'll show you later. And now, I will also show you this beginning of the bullish growth that was in 2019. Again, I have shown you all of this before, but there are small nuances here. I mean, look, here was the bottom in 2018 to 19, and here is this movement that makes sense to consider initially. The situation here is very similar, that is, we have a growing trend. The resistance line under which Bitcoin is going, in the same way we had a drop quite deep, and the price went higher and already used it as a support line. Right there, after that, I remember this time, yes. Everybody was waiting, that Bitcoin would go even lower, they said, that there is no fuel for growth. But one morning everybody woke up, and Bitcoin was going higher and higher by these green candlesticks. And guys flew quite high, that is, let me show you where, that is, to the level of this global correction. This is what we had the hubs for 2017 to 18. You could say that we had such a major correction for a long time, and we basically came to it, after which the unloading started, and the Bitcoin price went down. Hello, guys. I would also like to say that if major player would start to lower Bitcoin price somewhere around here, it would not be so painful for people. I mean, some people, I would say, still waiting and waiting for Bitcoin now, some waiting for $12K or $10K, and so, if Bitcoin would start to go down, it would not hurt much, and people would wait for some drawdown in general, and it would not happen. So there is no point in chasing it away from here. But when Bitcoin was going higher and higher, large number of people started to join this growth, to buy, and it was from these hauls, when nobody waited for it to go down, that was the most painful. Yes, it was very difficult to go down on such a global correction. That is, if we connect back this map of market cycle sentiment, then we see that we had quite strong growth, and we come to the point where it says, yes, confidence returns, like, to a financial asset. In our case, it is Bitcoin. I mean, all the people understand that all Bitcoin went up. Everybody here has been buying higher, right up here on the very top. And just guys, this is the level. This is the level of this initial big global correction, exactly where it was in 2017 to 2018, I'll show you now. And after that point, yes, when Bitcoin got here, it just started going down to lower levels where nobody expected it to go. Of course, it has not and will not break, I think, these low levels of $15.5 thousand, even at 19 and 20, but after this point, the decrease will be very serious. Well, again, these are my thoughts. Let's switch to the chart. This up where Bitcoin came in 2019, this is just the level of this initial global correction. And look where we can come to these days, because history is all about cool. Everyone will say it's clear. Let's erase it and make a 3-day chart to show it more globally. And look, we had a correction. These are the price levels of 40,000 and 45,000. It is quite possible that after the growth, if it takes place, although I cannot know for sure. And from here we may go lower, presumably, at the level of $25,000. But again, in case there is no 100 coronavirus or some other bullshit in which Bitcoin could go up again. Well, I don't think it will go that low, but presumably just above this bottom we may, again, under some very powerful negative circumstances, we may go down, and that's when. At these moments, it will be a very, very strong pain for those who were gaining positions higher, and at this very point. That doesn't mean it should be sold because 100% no one knows where Bitcoin will go. He can trick us. He can prove to us these patterns. All people will believe in this because a lot of tweets are being issued, a lot of pictures are being shown on Telegram, and many analysts have been using all of this. Therefore, the big players, they also see all of this and may at some point turn the price and push it even higher. Those people who understood that there will be a strong dump here, a strong downward move, maybe they will sell out. There are such investors that play on spots. I honestly do not understand it. Someone says, even from bloggers, that guys, here we are coming in at the top and I will sell off my spot portfolio to rebuy later. I advise you never to trade spot. Spot to me is only an element of accumulation, that is, some positions in the long term. That is, you accumulate long there if possible. If some money appears, you put some part of it into crypto and then you try to unload it on hauls. But in these sideways corrections, I think that it's better not to speculate because these cycles happen like once in 5 years, and at some moment you think, what you can sell here you can buy. You may fuck it up. You may fuck up the whole 5 years and go for a ride in one place, as they say. So if you guys are trading, then, well, at least I'm trading futures in parallel. I've been putting from futures trading on the upside into the spot. That is, at the end of each month, I add to spot positions, some money that I earned from my main job or from futures trading, and in this way, I will accumulate. So I have been accumulating positions for a long time, starting from $22,000. Obviously, I had some urgent purchases at the lowest levels here. I was a little bit afraid, but I am not stopping, and I will continue to buy Bitcoin and Ether and not to sell out in any case, if Bitcoin at some point comes to the zone where I believe correction will come from. And even if it does go lower, I will just be buying it up at some point still. Let's switch to a shorter-term chart, to the 4-hour view, and watch. What's the trend here? Well, let's look at more probably the near term. We will not look at 10-day trends, and we see that the last movement of Bitcoin, we have a rising trend, a new X trend, and they are higher than the previous ones to all times. So the price goes up, the updating of these points. And on the bottom lines, too, you can draw some conclusions. And here at the bottom, almost at the very bottom, but it was maybe more accidental than natural. I opened another long position here, and I will presumably hold it till the moment of coming to this resistance line upwards of our growing channel.